Hello, so lovely to see you here. Today's video is a week in My Hobonichi. It is where I combine a journal with me with some week in the life clips. This week's big thing was that it's Hiro's moving on ceremony, so quite the emotional week for me. It was also a very busy week for me at the computer because I just wanted to get ahead of shooting and editing since I'll have the kids out for the next 2 weeks. So though it is a productive week for me, visually on the video, it might not be as exciting. I did try a new Bunda studio in Mar Vista with a friend. And then this layout, I don't want to say that it's new. It's just kind of like my vibe this year is just, you know, everything has its own compartment. So it's just moving around the 3 compartments in their own square boxes. So be sure to stay to the end to see the final layout. And enough yapping from me. Let's get on with the week. Hello, happy Monday, happy start to the new week. I'm hopping on very late. It's almost 2:30. I almost have to go pick up the kids right now. But this morning I went to Bunda. Mercury in retrograde is definitely retrograding. There was these 2 girls there. I think they were new. And they just were so chaotic. They weren't listening to the instructor. They just were, I don't know. They were like hopping over different stations instead of staying in their assigned station. And the poor instructor, I would have lost my shit, but she kept her composure. So I felt so bad for her. But yeah, definitely Mercury is retrograding. It's like if you're not gonna follow the class, like why are you even in class? Don't come to a group class if you're gonna go and do your own thing. It doesn't make sense. I just finished my week in My Hobonichi from last week, so I'm gonna upload it and get that ready for release. I filmed the talking portion, the writing portion of last week's week My Hobonichi. I'm trying to get ahead because Wednesday I'm going to do Bunda in Mar Vista with a couple of my friends. So the commute will be longer than normal. And then what else am I doing this week? Thursday, Friday the kids are doing a kind of like graduation.
It's been 16 years, but the air quotes still hurt.
Because it'll be like the last day of Hiro being at his preschool. Saturday, I might try to do Bunda with one of my coworkers. I have to ask Octavian if he will let me. And then yeah, it's pretty mellow week. This is the last week before the kids start the 2 weeks for spring break. So I just have to like do as much as I can now because who knows what I get to do when I have both of them home all day. Okay, so I'm gonna finish everything up, go get the kids, and let's have a good week. This morning I went to the Calabasas Coffee House again to charge my car. I'm going to Mar Vista tomorrow, so I just wanted to make sure I have a good amount of charge. I also walked to the post office from there because I needed to ship some things that I've been sitting on for a couple of weeks. And I stopped by this cute little cafe called Cafecito. And then when I got home, I just worked on Octavian's stuff and editing last week's video. I'd made plans to go to Bunda in Mar Vista with my friends Lynn and Winna. Winna had to cancel last minute, but Lynn and I still held it down. I haven't seen Lynn in a while. He lives in Long Beach, so Mar Vista is kind of our halfway point. We then got lunch at Lodge Bread, and then I drove back home. I wanted to head to Sawtell, but I just wanted to make sure I was home to finish editing and get the boys on time. Do you have any kids? Is it? Am I chronically online with like the 2 songs that I've had stuck in my head for the past month are both from TikTok? Probably, right? We're getting ready for Bunda. I'm taking a Thursday because my friend Emily hasn't been able to go this week. So, being the good friend I am, I'm going to go with her today. Let me just fill up my pre-workout. I'm using a new pre-workout. I don't know if I mentioned. So when I first got back from doing pre-workout, I did the Alani new pre-workout. And I was like, okay, this is good. Like it gets me super caffeinated and pumped to work out. But as far as like other things, I just wanted something a little bit more. So I switched to this. It's called Bullfit. And this has creatine monohydrate. It also has salt, and it has collagen. So that is what I'm using right now. It only gives you 1 milligram of creatine per scoop. And I know optimally you want to be around the 3 to 5 milligram range for the benefits, but I heard that creatine kind of be like grainy, so I just wanted to try it before I committed to getting something with more creatine in it. I hate that like when I'm not trying to do my hair, like a low bun looks really cute, but then like when I actually try to do it, it never comes out the way I want to, because I did it earlier with a different scrunchie and now I don't like how this looks. I finished working on my video yesterday, so I don't know, maybe I'll film like an extra bonus video today and work on it tomorrow. Hiro's doing his moving on ceremony tomorrow because in 2 weeks he's gonna be at kindergarten. Sometimes I feel like I'm like breaking the fourth wall by talking to you about like my YouTube struggles. And like I know that at the end of the day I would still do this regardless of like how many people watched. I think you never really like stop doubting yourself, because I see like really big creators and they have the same idea of like being worried about the next video being not being as good as the previous and always having to up yourself, or like someone with like, you know, 600,000 followers feel like they're stuck in a rut. I hope I never get to the point where I am putting that kind of pressure on myself, because I still want this to be fun. I do want to like, you know, get better at understanding analytics, but I also don't want it to like dictate my content. I still want it to be fun. I still want it to be true to me. And like, you know, I'll post a video, and the past couple of videos have kind of flopped. They're in like the lower, they don't even hit 100, which is, you know, I think you just can't understand YouTube algorithm, and if you try, you either have to compromise yourself or you'll go crazy, and I'm not willing to do either. So I'm just gonna like continue to make what I like, what's true to me, and you know, the right audience will find me. And if it doesn't, like at the end of the day, I really do enjoy this. It's a creative outlet, and I like documenting my life this way, where I can give you guys little insights but I'm not giving everything. Yeah, I need to start getting ready. I have about 6 minutes. I've been feeling a little stressed lately because we're not exactly where we should be, or where I thought we would be financially by now, and bills are coming, and you know, state of the world, everything's expensive and job market's difficult, and I think everyone is feeling a pinch. So Octavian's starting a new business has been difficult, but I'm keeping faith that, you know, something will happen, being optimistic. We're both very like fighters. Like we'll do, like if this doesn't work out, we'll figure out how to make it work. Here not going to daycare next month will be a nice break or like a nice little like financial break, because you know that's definitely expensive. But yeah, it's I don't know. I hope you guys are not as stressed, but I think we all are collectively stressed. It's just a crazy time in the world, and I think that's also why like I like doing these YouTubes even if no one watches, is because this is like an outlet for me to just focus on something else other than the state of the world, finances, you know, just like the adulting stuff that we just wish we never had to do. Yeah, okay, I need to stop talking because I need to put stuff in the dryer. I need to get my socks, and I need to go to Bunda. I will talk to you guys soon. Today was Hiro's moving on ceremony. It's so bittersweet. Like I just am not ready for him to be in kindergarten. We honestly didn't think we would be still living in LA when we moved into this house. I was wondering like where I would send him to kindergarten. And Octavian was like, we probably won't even be living at this house in 5 years. And here we are, 5 years later. I'm so proud of the boy that he's becoming, and I just can't wait for him to grow. But yeah, it's a little bittersweet because, you know, he'll always be my little baby. I realize I don't think you can bed rot when you're a parent, but I think you can house rot because I did not leave the house. I did not get out of pajamas. I still, you know, function as a mom, but I'm gonna call this the parents' version of bed rotting is house rotting. I think I'm just mentally preparing for how I'm going to keep my kids occupied for 2 weeks. You know what? I might not be doing any clothing rentals, but I think I'm still gonna do outfit checks because why not? I like this outfit. Today we went to a local park. We can finally bring out this buggy out of the house because our new car is big enough to fit it. And then we checked out this new gelato shop that just opened at the village. And that is it for this week. Can you guys tell that I am determined to use all my hoarded washi tape because yeah, I think this is what's gonna go on for a few weeks because I have so much washi tape that I'm like, okay, how can I utilize this? Because I was so anti-washi when I first started. I still am. It's just not my preferred style, but it's fine. Like I will figure it out. Also, I do love these little like stickers on the side, but I realize that this is why my handwriting gets kind of messy because putting this in the same area for all the weeks, it creates just enough of a like instability that when I'm writing, it's like doing this. So I've been like wondering if I want to continue this for 2026. Just because I'm a completionist, I ordered enough to make it through the year, but I am not sure if I will use it again next year. Maybe I'll look for just like a translucent matte washi because, you know, washi's like a little bit thinner, but still I think it would do this. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I do enjoy like having color on that side. Like something's always gonna be colorful on this side, but it does make it difficult when I start, you know, when we're like in the second half of the year and every week's kind of raised because of this. So I'm trying to figure out, like, contemplate what I will do for next year because I like the look, but it makes it, you know, because if you look at like the first week, look how clean like my writing is because there's nothing behind. I can write smaller, and then as the year goes by, it starts to get messy. And it's not necessarily like I'm trying to intentionally be messy, like I'm writing quickly. It's just that I'm having a hard time writing because of that raised. So we will see what I'm going to do for 2026. I have some time to think about it. This week I knew I want to make it like a celebration because Hiro's did his movie on ceremony on Friday, and so he'll be going to kindergarten very soon. There was this cute picture of Hiro once he got his like, you know, certificate in lay, and he came over and Octavian kissed him on the head, and it was such a cute moment. So I wanted to preserve that. Really just worked on YouTube this week because I still had a little bit left over from last week's, then did the week before's, and then I just wanted to get ahead of the talking part, so I started editing this current week's this week, which I usually don't do, but you know, I don't know how much time I'm going to have editing with the kids being out of school. Yeah, I think this year I'm very much into having structure with these boxes so that everything has its own spot. I mean, I do love these kind of like open-ended ones too. They look very pretty, but yeah, like this kind of seems to be my go-to is boxes. And yeah, I guess that's it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.